friends, this is Mrs. Taron, and today we are going to draw a bunny and some eggs. I hope you are all well. I can't wait to get started drawing with you. Now, you don't have to have just a little piece of paper here to draw your bunny on. You can take an old grocery sack and you can take it apart and use the paper from that. You can also use colored paper. You can make this big, you can make this small, you can write it on the back of something that you already have. But let's go ahead and get started. All right, are you ready? Okay, here we go. Now, whenever I always tell my class, Miss Taron's class, we know this, don't we, guys? Portrait and landscape. Now, when you're holding a paper portrait, you remember your yearbook picture? You know how you see your face on a yearbook picture? And the paper is, in the shape is like this. Now, a landscape is longer, and it shows you a different, it's a lot longer. It shows you a lot of like what's you see in the land. Like you might see a pond or you might see some trees. So this time when we draw, we're gonna draw with portrait. Okay, here we go. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to find the center of our paper. So I want you to take your finger and I want you to put it right in the center of your paper. And I want you to put just a little dot, okay? Now it's always good, I have to use a marker on this so you guys can see it. Now my girls are doing it next to me. They're working on it too. Both of my girls are over here. They're both working on it. And they get to use a pencil. And I would, if you can use a pencil, that's great because you can always erase your pencil. But I'm hoping I can make it through this using just my marker, okay? So here we go. I want you to be able to see it. All right, so you have your dot in the very middle of your page. So from your dot, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a circle from that dot. Now I want you to just to see how big my circle is. So do you see how big that circle is? So if I took my hand and I placed it over here, I could take my hand and put it up here on the top of my paper, and I would have that much space between the top of my paper and the top of my circle. So now from our circle, this is what we want to do. We want to make our bunny's ears. Now when we make our bunny's ears, we don't start right in the middle of our circle. We kind of start out here to the side. And so I like to take my line and go all the way out to the edge of my paper, back in, and then back to my bunny's head. And then on the other side, I want to do the same thing. So I'm going to go out to the edge of my paper, around, and back to my bunny's head. All right, great job. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add some different details to our bunny. So we're going to make some lines, and it kind of looks like just some little scratches there, but it's not a scratch. We're just making some details to our bunny. So I just want to draw some extra lines on my bunny's ears. And you can kind of make it look like a little tic-tac-toe board too. Okay? All right, so the next step, we're going to give our bunny some eyes. So we're going to do 2 circle eyes on our bunny's head. We're going to make an upside down triangle for, what do you think that is? Our bunny's what?
Nose.
Yes, that's exactly right. And then we want to make a hook going this way and a hook going out this way. Look at that. It also looks like a J, doesn't it? Yeah. Now we want to give our bunny some whiskers. So I do about 3 whiskers on this side, 3 whiskers on this side, and that's for our bunny's head. All right, good job. Okay, now for the eggs on our bunny, okay, that our bunny's sitting right behind, I want to draw one oval shape going this way. And then I'll make another oval shape going this way. And another oval shape going this way. Now you can kind of draw those any which way that you want to down at the bottom because they're going to be right in front of our little bunny. Okay, so now I want to take my marker and I'm going to go down and I'm going to just touch those eggs with that line. This is our little bunny's body, and it's going to go down and touch that line. Now back here we want to give our bunny a little fluffy tail sticking out from behind. And then just like we did at the top, let's give some details to our bunny's body. Just like that. Good job, you guys. Thanks for following along. And then I want to decorate my eggs. So the way that I want to decorate this egg, and you can do this any way that you want to. This is just an idea. So I did a dot, and then I made some lines, and then I did 3 dots, and some lines again, and 3 more dots down at the bottom. So that's one egg. Another way that you could decorate it is that you could give it some polka dots. Now, like I said, you can decorate these any way you want. Now, you'll notice that when I do polka dots, I make some of them half. See that, how I do half of that? Because the egg is 3-dimensional, and so it has sides to it. And so if the polka dots, you can't see them right up here, but if you turned the egg a little bit, the polka dot would be on this side. So that kind of gives it that look. Okay, and then on this one, I'm just going to make some lines and give it some stripes. Okay, now you notice that there's some places on our paper that looks a little bare. There's not much there. So I want to do some blades of grass. And the way that I do those blades of grass is I just make some little triangles, okay? And then even on this side, I want to make another little blade of grass. Put some down here as it's going across our page. Okay, and if you want to even add another one, you can add another one back behind. Now, my class always knows that Miss Taron's favorite thing is to color. So the first step that you're going to do, okay, is you are going to take, and I'm going to show you one of my daughter's pictures. Okay, so she has done this, and it's hard to see, but she did it in pencil. So the first thing that she's going to do now is you're going to take a black crayon, or you can take a black marker, or you can take gray. And now I want you to trace carefully all of the lines that you did with your black crayon or black marker. Now make sure you do this really carefully, because if you don't do it really careful, you worked so hard on drawing it, you want to make this part look just extra special. So take your time. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start coloring this so I can show you how to do it. All right, so what I like to do is, I love shading. Shading is one of my favorite things to do. So I'm going to show you some shading, okay? And my class knows that these 2 colors of green are my favorite ones to use a lot of the time. Okay, so I have a darker green, regular green, and then I have this kind of yellow green. And I'm going to use this for the grass, and I love to do this. So I want to show you how pretty this turns out. So I'm going to take my darker green, and I'm just going to color right along my grass. Now, if you ever get behind, this is a video. That's what's so awesome about this, huh? So you can always stop it, catch up, and then you can get started again. So look how pretty these 2 greens look when they are together. And we're going to color this one too. And always shade. It's always really nice to shade because it really makes your picture pop and always stand out. And then at the bottom, I just shade. And I do the same thing with my grass. Okay, now the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to color my eyes. So I like to make my eyes of my bunny really bright and colorful. So I like to take a turquoise and you kind of push down on that. Now if you have markers, you can also shade with your marker color, and then you can color in with crayons, and that looks really pretty too. I'm going to take a pink crayon and color my little bunny's nose. And another thing I love to do is take like a dark pink and shade that, and it just really pops. The next thing I want to do is I'm going to color my bunny. There are several colors that you can color your bunny. It's up to you. You can color your bunny gray, you can color it brown, you can color your bunny black. It's totally up to you. I'm gonna make my little bunny brown. So what I wanna do is, as I go around my bunny, I'm going to push down along the edges as I color it. So I don't wanna I just wanna make sure I'm staying in the lines, and I push down. Now, I wanna show you about coloring really nice and neat. So when you start to color a big area, if you have to, if you're right-handed and you need to turn your paper like this, turn your paper like this and go one direction. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna color it kind of soft. I don't wanna make it quite as dark as the other side. Now, if you're left-handed, then color it in the other direction, but always make sure that you're always going in the same direction as you color, and it makes it so smooth and so beautiful. Then I'm gonna color my other ear for my bunny, and I'm gonna push down around the edges and even color darker around my details that I did, and then I go in one direction, and I kind of hold my crayon to the side as I'm doing that. All right, same thing with the head. And you're going to color it a little darker around the edges. Color darker around all the details that you did. And then color in one direction as you go all the way around your bunny's head. Now, one of my favorite things to do when we're coloring a picture is I like to take a red or take a pink, and I blush my cheeks of whatever I'm making. And by blushing its cheeks, I just go around and around in circles and lightly. I don't really do it real dark, but oh, it just makes such a difference on your picture. Looks really good that way. Then I go through here and I'm continuing on with my brown, and I'm kind of pushing down. Like I said, color your bunny any color that you want to color it. It doesn't have to be brown. It can be so many different colors. Same thing when we get ready to do the eggs. That's your choice. It's your choice to do it whichever color you want to color your eggs. There are so many pretty colors that you can put together to color your eggs. So I just keep coloring. All right, and then I like to take a black crayon when I've done with that, and I do some more shading. It's just amazing what that shading can do. So I just go lightly in different places, and I will even kind of color it in a little bit just to add some different colors to my bunny. And I just put it in different spots. And you can color it in a little darker in different areas too. It just really makes your picture just stand out, makes that little bunny stand out. Now I'm also gonna go around the little bunny tail with black, so it looks like a really white little cottontail back there. And you can even make some more details on that as well, okay? So now for the eggs. It's one of my I like doing this one because I like to put all these colors together. So what I'm gonna do is, you know, I do like the color pink. I love turquoise and pink together. So one egg surely has to have turquoise and pink. So this one right here, I'm going to do turquoise and pink for my polka dots. So I'll do turquoise around it in this area. So you just continue to color it and shade it. And always stop the video if you need to stop and catch up. That's always great. You can always do that. And so I just continue to color that. And then I'll take my pink. And you know how I love to do that pink, because like we did on the nose. I like red, you know, just pink. And then take a darker color. You can take red, you can take a dark pink. And I like to go around it and shade it just like that. Shade all of my polka dots. so you can see them and they stand out. And then you can always take a darker blue. Ah, that looks just really cool. And go around your egg and shade your egg, okay? And then let's do some red and orange, okay? So now on this one, a pink, we can do red. So pink, red, and orange. So let's do some orange on this too. Just like I said, you can do so many different colors. You can do them any which way you want. And pick your favorite colors. And let's do some red. Those look a lot alike, that red and that pink. There we go, there's red. And you see how I use that? Look, I'm gonna take a red and I'm just gonna shade around it. So you can always take colors and mix them together. And shade, make that one bright. And then let's do blue, let's do green for the other one. Okay, so I'm gonna take my blue and let's make a pattern. And you know, this is a pattern, blue, green, blue, green. You can even make more stripes and make a longer pattern if you want to on this egg. So here's a blue and green, just like that. And I wanna finish all of my grass down here so we can finish up our picture. Remember for sure, if you need to stop the video, go ahead and stop it and catch up, and then you can just start it right back. And a green, you know, these are my favorite colors together. I love these greens. And my class knows that for sure. I tell them that all the time. Okay, so now you can take blue, and this is really pretty because we have all this paper back here behind us and not much color, so you can always take a color like blue so you can see your little bunny back behind the, you know, with the background of the sky, and you can go all around your picture. And, oh, that one direction. Remember to try to color in one direction instead of taking your paper and turning it this way and then coloring this way, or taking it all the way. But just try it. You can always turn your paper, but your hand, see if you can make it go in one way. So you keep going one way with your coloring, and it makes it really smooth, and it all looks like it's going in the same way. So you just keep going. And you just continue that, and even back in here, and it doesn't have to be just perfect. You can hold your crayon, you know, to the edge. See how I really wear my crayon down when I do this, because I like to color on the edge when I'm coloring in the background. Oh, and here's some places right in here too. Okay. All right, now you're an artist, so please don't forget to sign your name to your picture. So if you had any extra space down here at the bottom, you ought to write your name here. You can write it in cursive. Oh man, if you know how to do that, you can write your name in cursive down here at the bottom, and then you can put the year 2020. All right, I hope you enjoyed making a rabbit with me today. I sure enjoyed having you. I'll talk to you later. Goodbye.